On our previous episode, our characters met Elliot Ware, the longtime fixer from New York City. Elliot offered them a gig, saving Adriana Young from Norcross Biomedical Research Facility before she's escorted to Kennedy Airport. After executing their plan, they saved Adriana by escaping through the ventilation system at the warehouse that she was being held at. They are now to take her to New York or New Jersey to board an airship destined for Night City. So one of the things that our characters wanted to do was, Adriana said that she had never left Norcross facility before, so that's going to be an interesting little thing they're going to discuss. So you wanted to head to the your hotel, where you arrived there with Adriana.
All right, so is it safe to say that we're back at our hotel spot?
Yes.
Cool. I imagine Sig would go ahead. We rented a car, didn't we?
You did, yes.
Yeah, okay. I'd say she'd usher everybody upstairs and inside after we got out of the car. And how is Dr. Young looking right now?
She looks to be unharmed. It looks like she's just healthy. Nothing of note for her.
Is she look nervous or scared or anything? Or is she like it's another day at the office type look?
She does not appear to be scared at all. She knew she would be saved from this facility, so she's probably more relieved than not.
No, if you remember, Dara, from the last session, the last thing I remember was Colt trying to make sure we weren't followed. He was watching through the rear view the whole time.
Yes, you didn't notice anybody following you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Sig would take a seat at the little table at inside their hotel room. And she's pretty eager to ask Dr. Young some questions. So I feel like she would kind of kick it off with why have you been in this facility for so long? You said you've never left?
Yes, I work with my father, Dr. Young, in research. I would say I'm one of the head research technicians there. But I just had a sheltered upbringing, I should say.
Yeah, I'd say sheltered is maybe downplaying it. Were you, God, I hate to even say it, born in the facility?
From what I can remember, I've only been there. I would assume I was born in a hospital. But my father doesn't really talk to me about my mother.
You don't know your mother. All you know is this facility. What kind of stuff are you researching in there?
Well, I do have pictures of her. They were left in my office, of course. It was mostly sort of, well, it's hard to say, explain it to a layman, to be honest.
her saying that is going to trigger Mimi to sort of like peek her head up, and she's going to. I would imagine Adriana is sitting in a chair at this point. Okay, Mimi's going to take an opposite chair and drag it across the hotel room and sit directly in front of her, like knees are touching. That's how close they are. And Mimi's going to kind of palm her face like this and say, yeah, so maybe they won't understand, but here's the thing. I'm kind of a genius, so maybe I'll understand. So maybe you should tell me, and then I'll tell them, and I'll explain it to them.
We researched biomedical studies, various things, wound healing, that sort of thing.
And what else? I'm not stupid, I promise. I'm pretty fucking smart, so go ahead. Just lay it out there. I have, like... Mimi has an idea of what she is getting into, because things are sort of not quite adding up to her. And she's just trying to get Adriana just to say it. Just say it. Just say it.
What's with all these questions?
Something's kind of really gnawing at my head right now, and I'm just very curious right now.
You investigate every person you save so intensely.
No, I'm pretty sure something's wrong with me, but that's fine.
Typically, I don't get a unlimited cred chip for a simple escort. I'm starting to think you're not so simple.
I would a cred chip. I wouldn't know anything about that. I know my father is paid well through No Cross, but I was not aware of that.
I'm sure. Look, there's a lot of money riding on this. You're a big gig. I'm just trying to figure out what's so big about this. How much I need to be looking after my ass and my team's ass. Whatever you were doing in that building had to be pretty important.
I'm sure it's my father. He was concerned about my welfare. I've stayed there for all my life. No way for me to leave.
Right.
If you've been there so long, why is he just now worried about your welfare? What are you studying now that puts your life in danger?
Even my father keeps things from me. I'm sure he knows his reasons that he doesn't share with me.
Sig's sitting across from her at this table, and she's watching her pretty intently. She's kind of notating any body language. Would she kind of like an insight check on her?
Yeah, and an awareness check. Awareness notice.
Is it awareness, or would human perception run under that as well?
Yeah, human perception would be better.
Okay. $18.
Okay, so you can tell that she is very nervous and anxious at this moment, though you don't really get the feeling that she's like lying to you about certain things.
She's being pretty genuine about not knowing
Right.
what really is happening.
Right.
Sig kind of sighs. He doesn't know shit. Something's going on, though.
Hey, Doc, how long do you think it'll be before someone notices you're missing?
I'm sure they've already noticed.
Colt is staring into the street, kind of pulling the blinds down with his finger. Does he notice any suspicious activity down there?
Nothing suspicious at the moment.
Well, we've got 2 checks to get through. The hull and tunnel on the way to New Jersey, they're going to want to know what we're doing, why, where we're going. Everything's regulated going in and out of New York right now. And then to get on the airship itself, they know she's gone. I think one of the big key points here is maybe a little makeover for Dr. Young. Can't be traipsing around the city with her looking like her.
No, you're right.
Mimi, I feel like this is just the job for you.
I think so. Here's the thing. So we have to get on this airship, all of us, with Dr. Young. That can be figured out. Dr. Young's face is great. I'm sure you love it. We'll deal with that. This is like a nice thing. This is like fancy, right? This is like a fancy schmancy kind of shindig.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just gonna look at Sig. I'm just gonna look at Colt. I'm just gonna look at Axel. And she's gonna kind of do that a few times. And she's gonna like kind of pop up from her chair. She's like got her hand in her chin in her hand, and she's like, And she sort of like dotes on you, Colt, and kind of like pulls an errant hair, and then does the same with Axel. She's okay, I've got it. Okay. You're my mom. You're my dad. You're my weird uncle. Got it.
What? Mimi, what the fuck are you talking about?
Listen, you're my mom. You're my dad. You're my weird uncle. That's how we're getting on the airship.
And Dr. Young?
Dr. Young.
Your sister.
No, we need a roll for that. We need a roll. Magical roll. Yes, okay. Maybe you're like an estranged girlfriend of my dad. I don't know. That's a cool role, I think. Doesn't matter. We're a family. We're a happy, loving family. That's it.
Happy, loving family. Right.
Yep. Nothing weird or strange about that at all, obviously. If we can get onto that airship as a happy, loving family, we should be Gucci.
We'll have the hull and tunnel as our first line of defense. It'll be a good tester for whatever the fuck you're about to decide for us to do.
Oh, we're going shopping. That's what we're doing. We gotta look the part, baby. We gotta look the part.
Yeah,
Listen.
we need to take care of Dr. Young first, though. I think she's our priority. We can't just go shopping around with her. And quite frankly, I don't feel so comfortable just leaving her here alone. Unless one of you lovely gentlemen would like to stay with her while I watch my sister.
I don't mind staying.
Dr. Young, how attached to your face are you?
Figuratively. Literally, we already know the answer to that.
I prefer that my face stay how it is, but if there are some minor modifications, that would help.
Right. Minor. Definitely minor modifications.
Would you say that Dr. Young is a pretty, like, unique looking person?
She is, I wouldn't say unique, but she is definitely someone more, I would say more attractive than the average person.
More recognizable?
Yeah, recognizable. Yeah.
Look, Doctor, I'm going to level with you here. And speaking from experience, you're not going to want to get caught. Would you like to get caught, Dr. Young? I don't know who's looking for you. why. What you're worth, I do know, and it's a lot. Trust me. I can only imagine what they're going to put you through if you get caught. So I ask you again, how attached to your face are you? She's definitely trying to persuade her.
But what must be done must be done.
All right. Mimi. The
Sorry.
airship are
Mhm.
rich people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't look
Yeah.
crazy. No crazy hair dyes.
No.
Upper
But that's-
echelon. Or fancy.
Uh,
Or fancy.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
no.
Yep.
I hate rich people.
You can't go too crazy. If we're going to make this work, we got to do it right.
I'll buy a wig. I won't be stopped in my artistic abilities.
Look, Mimi. As long as you're wearing nice clothes, you can look however the hell you want.
Yeah.
You're the rebellious little daughter, right?
Exactly. See? Mm-hmm.
That works for you.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Dr. Young.
Oh, no. I don't really see her as like a pink or like a blue or like a green, or she's just like lists like a list of colors type of woman. No offense, Dr. Young. But I've sort of got an eye for this. I am an artist after all.
An artist.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Mhm.
An alarm clock artist.
Yeah.
Right.
Alarm clocks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stig's going to sit back in her chair and she's going to kind of glance around the room. Anybody got any input?
Colt looks away from the window and kind of lowly asks Mimi, when you said weird uncle, you were talking about Axel, right?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. You're my dad.
Okay. Right. Gotcha.
Don't worry. I won't betray you like that, Colt.
What makes me the weird uncle?
The art speaks to me. I don't make these decisions. I'm sorry. This is just what the muse dictates.
Fair enough.
Well, seems like we know a way in. We're going to have to do a little bit more, though. I'm assuming we're not all going to want to leave our weapons behind. She looks like, I imagine, Colt, you're standing, the window's like right behind her, so you're kind of standing kind of off to the side behind her, looming.
Adriana, you mean?
No, you.
I mean, you said behind her.
We're both
should we
sitting
say-
together at the table.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I'm definitely looming and fixated on the street below.
She's kind of gonna like glance up to you, Colt. I think maybe I can find us someone in the city for our weapons.
Yeah,
Maybe.
because I don't really feel comfortable leaving this baby behind.
Yeah, I assume so.
Passes H&K.
We'll be able to take the pistols on in our checked bags, of course. Mimi, are you writing all these things down? Maybe
She is.
start making a list. We're gonna definitely need luggage for everyone.
Luggage, okay, got it. Luggage.
But I might know a guy that can get us a way to carry on our bags, or our guns on our carry-ons. That wouldn't be so bad. Having a readily available weapon on board might benefit us. Who knows what the hell's going to be waiting on the airship if we can get to it.
I think that's smart. I like to have my hardware with me.
I agree. Basically useless without a rifle, so she's gonna look at the alarm clock that probably doesn't work properly anymore.
I mean, it works for something. Certain, not really. Well, it isn't alarming.
Do all the clocks count down?
Maybe.
I imagine we don't have too incredibly much time. Luckily, we don't have to do any altering for ourselves. No one's looking for us. Just Miss Young.
Mimi's holding the pineapple at this point. Sig.
Mimi.
Sig.
No buttering is going to stop this from happening.
Who's buttering? Nobody's buttering.
I hear it in your voice.
No, I would never
heard this
butter you
voice
up.
before.
No, you haven't. You don't even know what you're talking about.
Yes, I do.
But it's so cool.
Make your case.
It's so cool.
It's cool is not going to cut it, baby girl.
But what if it can save our asses? Just in case, you never know. I'm really attached to it. I just got it. I haven't even got to explode it yet.
And what if that goes off on an airship?
But it won't.
Oh, so the probability of that going off in the airship is 0. You know, I'm not the smartest one in this relationship, but I would venture to say that that's probably not the case. Mimi?
You want me to do the math?
You could do it quietly in your own head, I'm sure.
She's doing the math in her own head, and like as she does this, like the big doe eyes, teary doe eyes that you have seen probably 100 times over. What am I supposed to do with it?
Well, I would hate to see it go to waste. We did buy it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Maybe
funny.
We could do a little bartering with it. You know, I'm a bit nervous. This unlimited card seems a little too good to be true. And
paper trails and all.
Well, I'm not really worried so much about that, but she looks over to Dr. Young. One person's only worth so much.
Okay. I'm happy to barter with the grenade. But
And
the landmine.
Atta girl.
But next chance we get, you have to buy me another grenade.
I will buy you well, I feel as though maybe the pineapple might be hard to find. But
yeah, okay.
I promise next chance,
okay,
we will get you something to appease you.
Preferably C4. That usually appeases me pretty well.
Right. I guess go big or go home. What are you going to do with C4, little bug?
Art projects. Listen, don't worry about it because you can break off the C4 and do what it. I don't have time to explain to you all of the intricacies of explosives and demolition.
It's, you know what? We will cross that bridge when we come to it. How about that?
Yeah, okay.
Yep. I guess it's time to start looking up Ripper Docs then.
Yeah.
Right. Duro, would Sig know anyone regarding their weapons and getting some weapon shielding? Maybe someone that she knows would be on the seedier end of things, someone who would be willing to barter with weapons, being that she is from New York. She does she knows some people here.
Yes, you know Doyle Thames, an ex
Doyle
Thames. I sent you a message.
Okay, perfect. I love this.
An ex-corpo weapon manufacturer who was fired and now smuggles weapons off the dock.
Perfect. All right. So, do we want to split again? Do we want to travel as a pack on this just in case anyone's discovered with Dr. Young before we get her makeover?
It might be best if we don't drag her through the city until we get her made over. So do you want to do the shopping?
I assume that would
Separate.
be beneficial to go ahead and get her to the Ripper Dock first and foremost.
I think that's wise.
I agree. All right. Do we know where the closest one is?
You know Samantha Keller. She's out in an illegal street clinic in the basement of a derelict brownstone, which is nearby.
All right. Walking distance nearby or driving nearby?
We'll say walking.
Okay. Well, maybe we want to drive, right, guys?
Driving.
Yeah.
Driving.
I think walking around with her would probably be a bad idea. Well, all right. I guess it's a family trip to the Ripper Dock.
Fun. Do you think maybe I could maybe get some cybernetic augmentations while we're there? Do you think I have time for that?
I think we'll have time. It'll take a little time for her to get fixed up, so sure, why not?
Okay, you can forget about the C4. I can get the C4 on my own time then. If you can.
It's coming out of your own pocket. You made money already, remember?
Fine.
We're
Don't
not
forget
using
about
the card on your
C4.
cybernetics.
Fine. Don't forget about the C4 then.
I might.
You're right. No, I won't.
What do you want, cybernetics or C4? I know which one I'd prefer you to have.
Is it the C4? I'll pay for my own cybernetics. It's fine. Don't worry. Let's go. I think we're ready to go, aren't we? And Dr. Young, you're ready to go, right?
Sig's gonna reach under the bed and pull out some of her things, and she pulls out this beat up looking metal helmet, and she's just gonna walk over and drop it on Dr. Young's head.
I'm gonna take it and sort of wiggle it around to make sure it fits right.
EB, you got a spare outfit we can throw on her? I don't think this one, and she's gonna give her a once over. I'm assuming she's still in her lab coat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Mimi's gonna sort of dive into her. I imagine that Mimi carries like a rucksack for luggage. She's gonna sort of rifle through a few things, and what she pulls out is one crop top with a nondescript band on the front. It was not supposed to be a crop top originally. One pair of very ratty jeans. One pair of slides, sandals. And one just like a little pullover, zipped up hoodie.
Okay, she's gonna take all this and head into the restroom and get changed.
Oddly enough, they all smell like gunpowder and hair dye. Really weird how that happens.
Mimi has a very set perfume to her.
She has an odor for sure.
Yeah.
She's gonna come out and you can see her smelling the clothes.
Don't smell those things together. Don't. I wouldn't.
What's this smell? It's something I've never smelled before.
Well, we know she doesn't
peroxide.
work in explosives.
Yeah. Don't worry. It's just hair dye. That's all it is. Nothing else with that. She's gonna kind of look at Sig
All right. Well, everybody going?
Yep.
Yeah,
Sounds
shit.
good.
Sounds good. Let's pile in the vehicle.
Who's driving?
Mimi will drive. I'll drive.
No,
I'll drive.
you're not driving.
I'm
You're
driving.
not driving.
I can drive.
I'm a good driver.
You are not driving.
You never let me have any fun. I can't have anything that explodes, and then he won't let me drive anything. I'm a
We'll
good
just-
driver.
Takes shotgun. And he's got the submachine gun across his lap.
Mimi, how about this? You can sit in the back with your new friend, Dr. Young, and think about all the amazing things that you could do to her. Yeah. Just envision your makeover. It'll be beautiful.
It'll be art.
She's going to look at Axel, like kind of like snap her vision to him. I'll be driving.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
And then lead them out.
Okay, so you all jump into the car and head over to the nearby Ripper Dock, Samantha Keller. You park on the side of the curb, and as you were heading into this building in the basement, you can hear shouting and screaming coming from multiple voices. You open the door and it's just a small room with with like one of those chairs that can fold out, where you can like lay down in, like at the dentist. And you see a man who has multiple gunshot wounds in him, being operated on by the Ripper Doc, Samantha, and her assistant. And the assistant yells to Samantha, "He's not going to make it. What are we going to do?" And Samantha says, "Quick, get the vials. We must harvest his blood, as much blood as possible." And they run over and grab the vials and start like putting tubes in their veins and pulling out the blood. And Samantha looks at her watch and says, "Time of death, 12:23. Only 2 pints of blood, half of what we expected." She turns to the group just entering. She says, "Oh, hello. I did not hear you come in."
Sig's gonna look and like glance back to see what Dr. Young's reaction right now is.
She looks horrified.
Don't worry. You're just coming in for a little makeover. That man had a lot of gunshots. You're a doctor. You understand the difference, right? You'll be fine. And then she's gonna turn back to Samantha. "Just coming for a little bit of cosmetics, Doc?"
Oh, perfect. Let us clean up 1 second. And she just sort of lifts the body off and flops it on the floor. She extends her hand to the chair. "Okay, go ahead and get in the chair. What can I do for you today?"
Mimi?
No time wasted.
Hi. She's just gonna sort of like waddle over to the Ripper Doc and sort of grandly gesture to Dr. Young. "I need her to no longer look like her. Minor changes. Subtle, right?" She starts a wink at the Ripper Doc.
Well, we have a fresh face right here. Would you like that?
Dr. Young, very cool, very interesting, very different, edgy even.
I thought we agreed that we would do no major changes.
This is not a major change, I assure you. Trust me, I know what major changes look like.
That's his whole face.
No, not that big of a deal. It's fine. You can do it. You're a big girl. She's gonna look at the Ripper Doc and say, "Give me a second here. Doc." Okay. Dr. Young. Adriana. Adrian.
You just see Sig like that name in the background.
I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm crazy. Anyway, remember the whole thing where you don't want to be like
you don't want to be caught or anything like that. Remember how we talked about that? And like horrible things will happen to us if we're caught with you. So maybe if you just fucking go along with this, and I won't fucking lose my mind. I don't want to lose my mind. Remember that pineapple I showed you? That thing's like gotta be packed full of like napalm or something. I don't know, but I'll go fucking crazy if you don't just agree to this. Is that okay with you? Is that okay with you, my dear friend? Are you good with that?
While Mimi has had this conversation, Colt has inserted himself between her, Adriana, and the Ripper Doc, and her assistant, just kind of staring at them.
Being saved I didn't think that to include such drastic change to myself. Is it something that could be reversed?
Mimi's gonna like sort of like look her over for a second and be like, yeah, for sure, dude. For sure.
Are we good? Are we good?
I suppose.
Excellent. Excellent. She's gonna you Doc. We're ready.
Ah, excellent. What have you decided?
Whole new face, baby. Whole new face. Get rid of it. New face.
Ah, I see. And she'll walk over to Dr. Young's and she'll start like sort of drawing shapes on her face, sort of like planning out how she's gonna cut it all off and put on a new one. Yes, I think that will do.
I imagine Sig is just like sitting in whatever the waiting room looks like. She's got her like legs crossed. She's kind of like lounging back, and maybe there's like some scream sheets on the table, but she's just like looking over top of them, watching everything, but also pretending to read the scream sheets.
Adriana will sit in the blood-soaked chair, and you'll see Samantha flip the body over and grab a scalpel and start cutting off its face, and then she goes through the whole process of transferring the face onto Adriana. It's about a 3-hour-long process.
Would the Ripper Dog kick Mimi out? Mimi wants to watch.
No,
likes
she
to
wouldn't kick
watch.
you out.
Outstanding.
There's a few chairs. It's a single room.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's chairs that you can sit in while you wait.
He just likes to watch.
After about 3 hours, Samantha says, "Okay, let's take a look in the mirror." And she'll pull up a mirror in front of Adriana's face, and Adriana will have a look of horror come on her face, like not anything like she had expected.
You look great. You really do. You look awesome.
Sig is gonna like walk up and just very nonchalantly, you think maybe we could get the old face in like a to-go bag?
Probably cooler. Like one of those styrofoam Togos spots,
I mean, we're
Nice.
not allowed to have weapons through the checkpoints, but no one ever said anything about faces. That's normal, right? She looks at the doctor. That's normal. Rich people
do
would
that.
carry other faces around just in case.
Yeah.
Yes, I happen to have some extra refrigeration bags I could place it in.
That is
Perfect.
I could kiss you.
So what are we looking at cost here?
Oh, we have the best prices here in New York City. 150 eddies.
How does like her face look? Does everything look like natural?
It does look natural, yes. Despite Samantha's, craziness, she gets the job done.
That's beautiful. I'm so proud of her. Sig is gonna pull out the cred chip and hand it over. There should be enough on this cover.
You said you give it her the card, right?
Mhm, yeah.
Okay. She charges it. And then she gives it back to you.
There, for a moment, there's like a little like sigh of relief in Sig that like the creds actually went through. Wonderful. It's gonna look at Mimi. Your turn.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. I would really, 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 really be into a couple of things. Mostly, have we maybe considered a couple like reflex chips? Would you be?
Yes, we have an assortment of chips.
Uh-huh. Yep. And maybe just a little cheeky little boost wear, like maybe some speed wear. Let's not get crazy. I'm just gonna get some reflex chips. That's all. I'm not gonna get too crazy about it right now.
She yells at her assistant, "Boy, get the chips!"
Yeah, chips. Get the chips.
And he rushes over to his desk and starts fiddling on the table looking for them. And after a moment, he brings them over and hands it to you.
Great. And she will pay with her own eddies for that.
Okay.
She'll be a good girl for now. And how much did you say?
Whatever level times 100. So if it's like a third level, it would be 300.
Okay, that'll be it. She'll do that.
Okay. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
Sig's gonna get kind of close to her and she's gonna drop her voice a little bit. Yeah, Samantha, you can do me a really big favor and forget that you ever fucking saw us.
Confidentiality is guaranteed.
I sure do hope so. Okay. And then she's gonna turn around and face the group. On to our next destination?
Shopping.
Beautiful. She looks at Dr. Young. What's the name on her airship ticket again?
Claire or something?
Yes.
Claire Warren.
Claire Warren.
Miss Warren. You look amazing. Beautiful. And look! And she holds up the bag with her face. Everything's fine. And then she's gonna like tuck that into her jacket. All right, let's go.
Mimi's
Colt
skipping.
looks at Axel with moderate concern.
I'm looking back at Colt like, what did we get into?
Mimi's quite pleased with herself.
Would there be like a mall that we know of nearby where there would be like higher end stores that we could go shopping at?
Yes, you go downtown.
Downtown.
Na, 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 na,
Would you
na,
say
na.
the lights are bright?
Yes.
Downtown.
Let's see. I'm not familiar with New York City, but yes, there would
New
be.
York
Okay.
City.
So, like in
like a future Neiman Marcus.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where we're going to Neiman Marcus is where we're fucking going.
In the financial district. Why not?
Beautiful. I would like to do this as quick and painlessly as possible. I'm sure everyone's on board with me. Shopping trips aren't really my forte, Mimi. Unless you and Miss Warren would love to go shopping for us. I'm sure Miss Warren has some fabulous taste. And she's going to look over at Axel. You did such a great time. My sister. Such a great job. I think you could stay with her. Me and Colt could go take care of the weapon situation for everyone.
Come on, Axel. This isn't like a really asking situation, I assure you.
And I'll even give you the car. But don't let her drive, please. God.
I'm a really good driver. You should
Don't
let me
listen
drive.
to her.
No.
No.
I've only crashed them 3 times.
I'm sorry, Mimi. Did you buy a driving chip while you were there?
Listen, I'm a good driver, okay? I've tried really hard. I've really grown over these past few years from the last time you let me drive anything. Reflex chip,
Over
though.
my dead body. But
It was only 1 or 3, maybe 4 cars.
right. Mm-hmm.
I don't get out much.
You know eddies don't grow on synth trees, right?
No, they grow in the ground. And she's gonna get out of the car. Can I have a cigarette?
She like opens up her pocket in her jacket and pulls the pack out. Will you just fucking take a couple?
Yeah, okay. She'll take like 4, and then also your lighter.
It's my only fucking lighter. You're going to the mall, Mimi.
Okay, fine. She'll light 1 and then give the lighter back and
Right.
then get it out. And she's just like, okay, bye. Have fun. Bye, Dad. And she looks at Colt.
Guy
Have fun,
just
guys.
shrugs.
Sig's gonna look over to Colt now that I'd imagine maybe we just dropped you guys off at the
Yeah.
mall. That probably makes sense.
Yeah. Parking lot somewhere,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. We'll call you up when we're ready to pick you back up. Have fun, Axel. Sig's gonna look over to Colt and say, I got a guy. Doyle Thames, ex-corpo weapon manufacturer. If we pop back over to the hotel real quick, we can grab the explosives, head there. I'm sure we could work out a deal with him, knock off a few eddies on this transaction.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. And they'll do just that, Duro.
Okay, so you go to who's going where first?
Me, Dr. Young, and Axel are going to the mall
Okay,
to go shopping.
so you head to downtown in the financial district, and you stop in at Miyaki.
Ooh.
It's a high fashion designer store where they have the what the corpos are wearing these days when they're not in their suits.
Mimi's immediately bored by everything, but she has to focus. Has to. She's like just gonna start immediately just perusing through racks and sort of just going, yes, no, yes, no, absolutely not, yes, and like holding things up to Axel and looking for some good suits. What she wants to find is a pantsuit for Sig.
No.
Specifically.
Oh, no.
Matching heels. Okay. Colt, khakis, a fun sweater vest, and then a like a nice men's shirt, like a button-down shirt. Axel gets, if possible, that you can tell me no, cargo pants. I know this is like sort of high end, but maybe there's high end cargo pants, and then a polo shirt, like a golfing outfit. That's what she wants for Axel. And then for Dr. Young, she's just looking for like a simple dress, like a day dress, something you'd go to lunch in, maybe some wedges. And then for Mimi, the piece de resistance. This is very specific, Duro, and you can tell me no. Pleated skirt. Like penny loafers, knee-high socks, ready for this, pink fuzzy sweater with a sequin unicorn on it.
No.
I think it fits the style.
Outstanding. And barrettes for her hair, which she will probably keep after this endeavor. And then like there's like little accoutrements, like jewelry and handbags, and then of course luggage for everybody, and just doodads, things
Right.
that she doesn't need.
Okay, let's see. All right, so you bring all of this like a mound of clothing over to the cashier.
Uh-huh.
Why, we have a large shopping trip I see today.
Yes.
And how will you be paying for this?
She has the card, right? She's got the debit card.
Yeah, I think Sig would
Yeah.
have given her that, thinking that she's gonna get
Yeah.
a deal with the dealer, not being so worried about that.
She's
So,
gonna
yeah.
look up the Eddie's card, and she's gonna slam it down on the counter and say, "With this, please."
Okay. That's gonna come out to, let's say, 800 eddies.
Money is of no object to me, ma'am. Is there a candy dish?
Yes, why
She's
not?
Mimi's gonna dump the candy dish into her pocket. Yeah. As she runs the debit card. The Eddie's card.
Yeah, the Eddie's card.
The Eddie's
All right, the cashier puts all of the clothing into a pressurized sort of bag that keeps them all pristine.
And the luggage?
She hands those back to you.
Okay, just make sure that we got the luggage.
Yes, and the luggage.
Okay, good. Okay, outstanding. She's gonna sort of look back at Axel and Dr. Young, and she's gonna look back at them and say, you don't happen to have any really cool stores, maybe something with like a little spice to it, do you? Maybe something a little edgy, a little different, a little funky.
You could try the fast fashion shop just down the street.
She thinks about what Sig would say. Maybe. You got any more candy at least?
She pulls out the container of candy.
I'm just gonna, if you don't mind, I did spend a lot of money here, so I'm just gonna take this whole thing. Thanks very much. And then she's gonna leave. She's gonna look at Axel as she walks by and say, all right, I hope you like golfing. Or whatever it is that rich people like us do.
Yep, sounds good to me. I've got a good golf game.
That's weird. That's a weird thing to say. I don't
How
like
is
that.
that a weird thing to say?
It's just a weird thing. That sounds not like that. I'm not into that. That's weird, Axel. I don't know why you would say that. It's just,
Well,
just gonna keep walking past him.
I am your uncle. Let's go.
Okay, Uncle. It's weird. It's a weird thing. Sorry to say that. I don't understand. It's just gonna wander around until Sig and Colt are done.
Okay. So Sig and Colt, you head down to the docks. You have Sig has a contact there named Doyle Thames.
He would
And
be
you-
just like on the docks. I'm sorry, go on,
Yeah.
Duro.
I was gonna ask if you're walking there, right?
No, we just kind of ended up dropping them off and,
Oh, okay.
and driving the
Gotcha.
car down there. But
Okay.
we would have went back to the hotel first and grabbed the landmine and the pineapple bomb, and then went to the docks to
Okay.
hopefully be able to use those as some sort of bartering to maybe get a deal.
Right. Okay, so you head to the dock and you stop at a nondescript warehouse. Where you see a rugged man standing out in front of the rolling door. You park your car and you head up to him.
Do I recognize him? Is it Doyle?
You don't recognize him as Doyle, but you are aware of this man.
Okay.
You've met him before. Let's say, you're chummy towards each other.
I imagine that Sig would have put the explosives in like her duffel bag and is carrying her duffel bag along with her, which is normally where she kind of keeps all of her odds and ends when her and Mimi are traveling. Hey, Chum. Here to see Doyle, Ian.
Hey, Sig. Yeah, go on in.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Hope you're doing well. She's gonna weave in by him and into the building.
Okay, so you head into the office where Doyle would be. You see him. You can see through the glass window that's on the door. He's just sort of kicked back on his chair, smoking.
Doyle! It's been some time, my friend.
He stands up. Sig. How's it going?
Quite well. Quite well. Got a little job in town, trying to get out of here and get back home. You know, the usual for me. Never like to
Yeah.
stay around New York too long. Meet my associate, Colt. Colt? Doyle.
Hey, how you doing, bud?
What brings you here?
Well, let's start off with I have something maybe you have a little interest in. Should I show you?
Of course.
She's gonna drop the bag down on his desk and zip it open. And the pineapple bomb and the landmine are just sitting there on like a pile of like her old clothes. She like kind of peels the bag open. See anything in there you might like?
I'm sure clients of mine would greatly appreciate these. What brings you here? We haven't talked to each other for so long.
Well, I don't want to get into the details of the job. It's a little much, but I need a
Don't
little.
tell me you just came here to sell me a couple of landmines and a grenade.
No, 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 no. I need something from you, and you're just the man to supply it for me. Weapon shielding. And I'm talking top notch. This shit isn't gonna ding in a government building.
You see him, he turns around and he goes over to the wall like that's across from you, and he pulls it like a secret sort of handle, pulls it open, and you see his secret stash of weapons and various things. And at the bottom you see these sort of like reflective cases large enough to fit weapons inside. I'm always the guy that has what you need.
Always. Let's see. She looks back at Colt. 4? Got 4 big boys that we need to cover?
Get my HK.
Yeah, I got a rifle.
Rifle.
Mimi's got a sub. Not quite sure what Axel is packing. Probably should have asked before we left, but something in the general size of everybody else should work.
A lot of things I'm not sure about with that guy.
You're telling me.
Yeah, 4 sounds good.
How about it, Doyle?
I'll cut you a deal.
I love a deal.
Your grenade and the landmine. And 3,500 eddies, and the 4 shields are yours.
It's a pretty good deal. Hey, I've got some ammo I could unload on you too. Maybe we can knock it down a little bit more. I'm sure all of us have a little bit of ammo. But unload. She looks back at Colt.
Got a few boxes.
Same. Sure the others do.
Bring me the ammo that you want to get rid of. I'll cut it another 200.
Sounds good. Can do that. Swing by before we make our way tomorrow. I'm assuming it's it's later in the evening right now, Duro.
Yeah, it's like night. It's like 12 o'clock at night.
Okay. Trust me to bring it by tomorrow?
Of course, I'll be here.
Wonderful. Well. You might not like this either, but can I bring you to Eddie's tomorrow? I kind of let my sister borrow the chip.
What are old friends for?
You know I'm good for it. I'm not gonna skip out on you. You've got me out of so many sticky situations in this godforsaken city.
You ever want to work with me? No. Shoot me a call.
I'll keep that in mind, Doyle. I'm sure you wouldn't have me doing half the shit I'm doing that will love to sign me up for in this fucking city. Maybe I'll get to take you up on that before I end up 6 feet under. All right, well, I best be on my way. I wouldn't want my sister to blow up the mall while we're gone.
Catch you later.
Sounds good. Thanks, Doyle.
Peace, Jim.
All right, yeah, she's gonna make her way back to the mall. I'm assuming like we did the exchange. We have the cases and everything. She'll just throw those in the trunk of the car and make her way back to the mall. Bones, Mimi has a cell phone?
Mimi does not have a cell phone.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Mimi's gonna be standing outside of the mall, though, smoking a cigarette. So right where you left her.
Even better.
You
All
still
right.
have those walkie-talkies, though?
Yes.
They're pretty short range, aren't they?
Yes,
Yeah.
they're short range.
Then she's just going to be bothering Axel with that. She's just going to be doing feedback in his ear every few minutes.
Oh, you can turn those off, right? Because I would definitely have turned it off.
Maybe after the second time.
Yeah.
But she would have played it off as an accident the first 2 times. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Axel.
Yeah, no problem. Just gotta calm down with that feedback.
It's crazy. I don't even know how that works. That's crazy.
I figured you might know how that works, and I think you're playing with me.
No, that's crazy, Axel. That's wild. Anyway, and she's just gonna keep smoking her cigarette.
As that's happening, you see the car pulling up. She's gonna stop right in front of you guys.
I got stuff. I got a lot of stuff.
Luggage? You got luggage?
You see all this luggage. Well, I would imagine she's making Axel carry the luggage. Luggage.
Luggage.
I love this. Sig pops the trunk for you guys.
Mimi just dumps everything into the truck. The trunk.
Yep, load it full of luggage.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Back to the hotel?
Let's go.
Yep.
Okay, so you head back to the hotel. Park the car outside and head up.
Mimi's gonna lay all the clothes out for everybody, but she keeps hers in a bag still. You can't see what hers is.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
it's a secret.
Yeah, all of yours are, sealed in a bag to keep them fresh.
Mimi, you will be glad to know
Mm-hmm.
that I was able to get a nice deal with your goods.
Do you think that maybe if we end up back here, they're retrievable? How quickly do you think they're gonna get sold off or used? Or
Well, we can go talk to Doyle about that tomorrow because I have to drop off the Eddies since I forgot that I gave you the chip. Speaking of, and she kind of...
she's already handing it back to you.
How much did you spend?
800.
And we just got what I see here. He looks to
Yeah.
Axel.
I thought it was a good deal.
It's pretty good.
It's a high-end place.
It's a great
really
deal.
nice.
I'm just making sure she's telling me the truth.
Yes, that's all. Well, and then she opens her pockets and this massive cascade of candy dumps out on the floor. But this was free.
They gave you candy.
Yeah, I took it.
It's one of those fancy places.
Yeah, they had a free candy dish, so it's free candy, so.
All right. Well, I have this for each of you, and she's kind of doles out all the weapon shielding containers. We'll be keeping these in our carry-on with our important weapons. She looks at Axel. I wasn't sure what kind of gun you were packing as a backup, so I just got you a big one like the rest of us.
That works.
All right. I guess we can pack our luggage, get everything squared away for tomorrow. Gentlemen, you're welcome to sleep on the floor here tonight, I guess. Maybe gonna need some rest. There's clearly two queen-size beds in this room.
Two very distinct sides of the room as well.
But she's like, gentlemen, you're sleeping on the floor instantly. Yeah. And she's gonna look at Mimi. You don't mind sharing with Dr. Young tonight, right?
Why don't I share with you? Why don't you want to share with me? Do you not love me anymore? You're my sister. Why wouldn't you want to sleep in the same bed with me? It's weird.
I feel like you are fighting some kind of crime in your sleep.
It's a legitimate medical diagnosis.
Yeah, I don't care, Bug. I need my space. I need my rest.
She's gonna look at Adriana and say, "Are you good at protecting yourself from flying elbows?"
I can say I've never had a flying elbow come towards me, so I'm not sure how I would react.
Well, I guess we're gonna find out.
Please don't give her a black eye in your sleep.
It only happened one time.
Yes, and the healing time was horrible.
Listen,
I can pull off a black eye. Dr. Young here. I don't know if that's gonna work for her trying to get on this airship.
okay, fine. I'll be as restful as I possibly can.
What color is the pantsuit you got her?
It's black. It's like a fancy black pantsuit.
She's like eyeing it.
Do you like it?
It's a look.
It certainly is a look.
Yeah. It's very corporate.
Yeah, but you're fancy. Going on a corporate fancy place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to see what I got everybody else? And she kind of like secretly like holds out the sweater vest and then shows like the little day dress. But hers is distinctly left untouched, still sealed. You cannot see it.
Sig doesn't even question. She doesn't even want to fucking know at this point.
She's going to find out tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Sig is holding the sweater vest in front of him. He's also like eating one of the candies that Mimi lifted from the store. He's like, running heist while you're already on a job. Do you guys want to just call this off since we're already made?
It's just candy. Was that supposed to be a joke, Colt? Is that your attempt at humor?
You're a funny girl.
Try the veal. I'll be here till Thursday. And she sort of like doesn't really know how to respond to you. She sort of just blinks, like, huh? Okay. Do we still have that? Do we have that laptop from hacking into the cameras? Duro?
I don't remember the laptop. If there was one, then yes.
Am I misremembering? I could be a liar. It's fine. I'm lying.
Was there a laptop?
I feel like there was a laptop.
I don't know. Was she just jacked into the system?
I was just jacked in. Never mind. I'm an
Yeah,
idiot.
I was gonna say. I thought we got you up onto the roof to like
You did.
splice in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Okay. She's gonna Mimi's gonna go up to Sig and be like, "Hey, can I borrow your phone? I gotta call Boris."
Sure. Make it
Okay,
short.
thanks.
Gotta
Yeah.
rest. We have a big day tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. She's
Yeah.
gonna pull her phone out and hand it over.
Okay. Thanks. And she's gonna step outside of the room briefly, and dial one of many burner numbers I would imagine that Boris has, and she's just gonna call him and just check in on totally real, definitely 100% a real boyfriend Boris. He's real.
What I hear.
It definitely goes to a different school though.
All right. Everybody goes to sleep after the phone call, of course. Okay, so as you all know, Norcross has not found you just yet, though they are no doubt looking for you. Adriana seems to be very important to them, and they will do anything to get her back. To get to the Newark International Airport, you must first cross into New Jersey. The Holland Tunnel is probably the most convenient route. So you all gather your equipment and yourselves and head into your vehicle that you rented. And you travel to Lower Manhattan. Along the way, you see the scars of devastation in Manhattan. In 1993, Colombian drug lords detonated a nuke there. You still see the remains of the imposing skyscrapers that once touched the sky. Now, gangs and those who are struggling the most find refuge in those steel and concrete husks. You arrive near the edge of the upper bay and head into the Holland Tunnel. Inside the tunnel, you find the walls covered in barbed wire, metal traffic spikes on the road, and hanging barricades that force you to weave through them. In front of you are 4 New Jersey National Guard soldiers, with the 5th stationed behind a concrete reinforced barricade. With rifles at their side, the 4 guards are visually inspecting vehicles and speaking to the occupants. The vehicle ahead of you pulls forward, and now you must face the soldiers.
I imagine that in her fancy black pantsuit and heels, Sig is looking very rigid, more rigid so than usual. And she's kind of like trying to pep talk everybody in the car as we're getting closer and closer down the line. All right, everybody knows their roles. We're just a happy family going on vacation. Right?
Mimi already has dug out of her luggage a little device, and it's like fired up and starts like making like little pinging like do sounds, and you can see that she is playing a game on it, and she's just kind of kicked back and trying to distract herself from talking or being Mimi.
Are you sitting in the back seat?
Yeah, and her feet are in fact on the back of the passenger side headrest.
I imagine Colt would have been a passenger because Sig is wearing a power pantsuit, so she's driving.
Yeah, yes.
And he says, "Yes, darling, whatever you want."
The meek husband.
She like just like a very visible shiver passes through her, and she's, by the look on her face, she's like mildly disgusted. Please save that for the show. And then she's gonna pull forward.
Okay, so you pull forward, and now you have a guard looking in each window. They'll give quick scans over what you have in there. I assume you rolled down your window.
Yeah, she has. She's rolled the window down, and she's also holding all the tickets for the airship.
Okay, the guard on the driver's side says, "How's everybody doing today?"
Wonderful. Another beautiful day in New York.
Where are you folks headed to?
The airport. Everyone in the car sees like this different Sig. She's like definitely turned on the charm. She's not in a constant scowl. She's smiling very brightly, and her voice is even kind of changed. Oh, silly me. Here's our passes if you would like to see. I know it's dangerous times these days.
Soldier takes the tickets and sort of quickly glances at them. Well, enjoy your trip.
Thank you so much. I'm sure we will, won't we, guys?
Oh, yes, of course.
Of course, honey.
I wanted to stay home. She just goes back to her game.
The soldier waves you through.
As soon as she like pulls forward and gets like a safe distance away, like her whole countenance just drops. Jesus fucking Christ. Can't wait to do that again.
It'll be fine.
Super easy.
Once we get onto the ship, is
Right. Well, it was almost too easy, wasn't it? Hopefully the airport's the same.
yeah. Well, if it's not, then do we have a backup plan?
I'd love to say that we do.
Should have brought the pineapple. That could have been a really great backup
Jesus
plan.
fucking Christ, Bug. Shut up about the fucking pineapple.
I didn't even get to say goodbye to it. It was so beautiful.
You knew it was leaving. You could have kissed it. I don't know what you do with these things.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And she goes back to her game.
Okay, so you continue your drive, and it's only a short few minutes from the tunnel before you reach the airport. You arrive outside the massive brutalist facade of the airport. You step out of the vehicle and are immediately immersed in the chaotic crowds and the robotic voiced announcements. Security guards maintain a high profile, are generally armed with submachine guns as well as pistols. Everywhere you look, there are cameras scanning for any wanted criminals who might try to flee via plane.
Beautiful. Sig is just trying not to sweat too hard.
So I assume you disembark and grab your luggage from the back.
Yeah, Sig's gonna grab her luggage and her carry-on bag that she has put her her illegal weapon into. Now that's weapon shielded. She wants to make sure that that goes onto the airship, into her cabin with her.
Okay, so you'll see a sign which reads California Express, the check-in.
Well, here we are, gang. She's gonna pass everyone's tickets out to them. Everybody smile, we're on vacation.
Colt reaches into his pocket and produces one of the candies that Mimi pilfered and offers it to Adriana. Says, "How you doing? You ready for this?"
Who did you say that to?
Adriana.
Oh, it's Adriana. Oh, jeez. You said
Just trying to
Sig,
gauge
sorry.
her comfort level.
Well, this is my first time flying, so I'm not too sure what to expect.
He'll be fine. Just don't say anything.
I'll walk up to Adriana and be like, "Don't worry, it's my first time flying too. Kind of scared of these things."
I'm sure there's nothing to worry about, Mrs. Warren.
Yes, well, shall we go in then? Let's get this over with. I much dearly want to see my father.
That's the spirit.
Sig's gonna look to Colt. Well, now that you're the man of the family, and she's gonna push her, like, actual, like, checked luggage over to him. It only seems right. I wouldn't want to mess up my brand new suit.
Seeing this, Mimi's gonna like copy it and say, "Yeah, you're basically my dad, so you can carry that." It's really heavy. I can't carry that. I'm too weak. I'm just a child.
Are there any of those carts for hauling luggage around?
No, unfortunately not. You'll have to carry it.
It's
Yeah.
fine. You're fine.
Colt has like 4 pieces of luggage, a couple tucked under his arms. He's carrying a couple.
I'll take Adriana's luggage and grab what I can to help Colt carry these luggages in.
Maybe she's gonna watch them sort of flounder about with that situation and look like there's like a definitely like a look of sick like pleasure over her face. She likes watching them struggle.
Sig is gonna march ahead with her carry-on. All right, come on, troops, let's go.
Imagine, so instead of like a normal carry-on, I imagine Mimi got like a teddy bear backpack. That's just what she's got to have. I'm not compromising on that. And she's got baby Phil detached from the submachine gun in to the teddy bear backpack. She wants baby Phil clothes.
Well, the submachine gun's on our carry-on stuff.
Oh, never mind. Baby Phil is inside of the teddy bear backpack.
All right, so the 4 of you head up to the California Express check-in desk, and behind the counter is a well-dressed man in a pressed suit with the emblem of the California Express, which is like a big airship. It's gold. I
Wow.
assume Colt will go up first.
Sig is taking the lead unless Colt wants to.
Oh, okay.
Colt is lagging behind carrying all the luggage.
Yeah, I feel like Axel's with Colt behind the other
Just
3.
inundated with luggage.
And Sig definitely is wearing a power pantsuit, so she's probably driving this ship.
Welcome to the California Express. Are you here to check in?
Yes. My family? She's going to push forward her and Mimi's tickets. Everybody else their passes.
And I assume the gentleman has the checked luggage.
Yes, he does. My husband. Colt, honey, could you bring the luggage up?
You see, not a smile, but some sort of grimace, and he's hauls all the luggage up to the counter.
Something
Course,
in Sig is also like sickly enjoying this alongside Mimi.
They're just like smiling
She's
together.
like all too easily smiling right now.
The gentleman you said you passed him is your tickets, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, he scans them on his computer, and he takes the luggage and he just puts it on a conveyor belt, which whisks it away. Enjoy your trip. He hands back your tickets.
All right, everybody, all aboard. Isn't this so exciting?
So exciting!
Hear a grunt from Colt.
So excited.
She's gonna lead the way.
Mimi's following close behind. She's got her Playtendo out. Just doing along.
You arrive at security. To get through security, it's rather simple. Walk up to the metal, chemical, and explosive detector with your luggage, and you'll be scanned together. It's sort of like a big, big box with, the detector in there. Waiting outside the scanners are security officers with dogs sniffing for anything that might not be noticed by the detectors.
Puppies.
The officers seem very maybe bored or just uninterested in just standing there all day.
Sig steps forward with her carry-on to be scanned. You said all of us are going to be scanned at the same time, or is it one at a time kind of deal?
One at a time.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna lead the charge.
Okay, so you enter the detector, and the security guard who is monitoring it waves you through.
Mimi will go next. And she's sort of holding her breath.
Okay, so you stand in the detector, and once again, you're waved through.
Mimi's gonna sort of beeline to Sig, almost in a way that maybe might feel reminiscent to Sig from when Mimi was little.
Something in Sig just almost just a natural reaction. She will put her arm out and put it around Mimi's shoulder and kind of hug her in.
Yeah.
Kind of
that's exactly
against her to her side, yeah.
Almost like shielding her, yeah.
I would motion Claire to go next.
Okay, Claire, aka, oh jeez,
Adriana Young.
How could I forget her name?
We got you, Duro.
Thank you. She enters the detector, and once again, she is waved through.
And then I would follow after her.
Okay. You enter the detector, and you are waved through.
And lastly, Colt would pass through.
Colt, you enter the detector, and you see the officer start bashing on the detector, acting like something is wrong with it. I'm sorry, you'll have to be hand detected. Please stand off to the side here.
Very well.
Sig is trying her best right now to keep her composure.
The security guard produces a wand, which he waves over Colt, just sort of up and down. And he motions for the cyber dog to come over and give him a sniff. And the officer says, "You're good to go. Thank you for your cooperation."
Of course, officer.
All right, so all of you made it past security, thankfully.
Something I just remembered, Duro, but I assumed that Sig probably stopped by Doyle's and the credits went through for that.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I remember that after, but
It's
we're
okay.
good. I assume we did it.
Yep. I just want to make sure the credits went through.
Yeah. All right, so you make it past security, and you arrive at your flight on the California Express. With the advent of the net, there is little need for any type of long-distance traveling anymore. Now the philosophy is, if you travel, you must want to travel, so it should be as comfortable as possible. Result is the lighter-than-air ship has made it a remarkable comeback. This is how the rich travel in luxury and tranquility. Elliot has booked 2 staterooms, each with 3 beds. The staterooms are on the starboard side, which is the right side, which have a large sealed windows, so you can just peer out into the scenery as you're flying away to Night City. There's also cellular phones in the stateroom. All this information is written on like a little postcard that you get. All the calls are billed to the passenger's account at 200 eddies per minute. And you get all the bar drinks and other frills added to that charge too. So yeah, you're on the ship now.
Once they get on the ship and they get to, are they all sharing one main room? Do they have multiple rooms?
Yeah, there's 2 rooms that are attached to each other.
Okay, I imagine we probably split off into like girls' dorms, boys' dorms kind of situation. Once we get to like where our rooms are, you're just gonna see this air of relief wash over Sig, and she's gonna look to the group and say, look, I just want to drop my shit off. I'm sure that there's a club on this ship. I need a drink. Anybody else care to join me?
I'll join you. I gotta call Boris first. Just to let him know that I'm okay. I'm sure he's really worried about me, my real boyfriend.
Sig's gonna pull her cell phone out and just toss it at you.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Yep. See you there later.
Yeah.
She's gonna go into the room and lead Claire in with her and start putting her stuff away. And as she's like throwing her stuff in the room, she's gonna look over to Claire, aka Adriana, and say, I think you deserve a drink. You're welcome to join us if you'd like. You're basically unrecognizable. We got through 2 rounds of security with you, not even a mention.
Yes, to be honest with you, I've never had a drink before, so it shall be an experience.
Maybe we'll take it a little easy then, yeah? We got a long flight.
Yes, I believe it's 4 days until Night City.
Yeah. We can build your tolerance in 4 days, I'm sure. Got plenty of time. Come on. Let's go have a drink.
I'm going to drop off my gear and I'll see you down there.
Yeah, I would let Colt know. I'll meet y'all in the bar. I'll have to make a phone call real quick.
Sig kind of like narrows her eyes at him. Phone?
You also see Colt kind of glaring at him.
Phone call?
Yeah, it's just somebody I know. I gotta talk to him.
Right. All right. Well, guess we'll see you down there. Just
I won't be too long.
be careful. We are on an airship. And she kind of like looks around to make sure there's no one immediately around them. If we do get found out, every call in these rooms is going to be traceable, so it'd be smart. Okay then. And she like brings back the charm from the checkpoint earlier. See you at the bar, Axel.
See you there, Sig.
Axel, it's worth noting, once everybody's gone and Mimi gets on the horn to Boris, you just hear like a flurry of Russian that sounds really angry. like Mimi's like pissed sounding. And you wouldn't have any way of knowing this, but really she's just like really pumped to talk to Boris. But it sounds like horrifying.
All right. I would assume I would walk into the guy's side of the area, and to where I could have privacy from you and you privacy from me. And then I would find the phone, pick it up, and dial the number for Elliot.
Yes, Elliot, the fixer who's planned all this.
Yes.
Okay, you give him a ring, and he picks up.
Yo, what's up, dude? It's been a long time since we talked.
Remind me who this is.
You know who this is. It's Axel, man. Your friend, you know? Coming to see you.
Oh, right. It's Been a while since we spoke. I assumed the worst.
Oh no, everything's going good. Got this nice fancy room flying in.
Well, enjoy your trip. If you have any issues, just call me.
Oh, ain't no problem. Is there anything else we need to handle, or is that it?
That's it.
All right, well, can't wait to catch up with you later, man. And I'll hang up the phone line and make my way to the bar area, ignoring the ramblings going on next door.
Eventually Mimi will get off the phone with Boris, totally real boyfriend, and make her way down to the bar to find Sig as well.
I like to imagine his full name is just Boris, totally real boyfriend.
Yeah, that's what it is. How did you know? It's so weird. He's totally real.
Duro, would we know if there are constant security to check for weapons?
No, there is no security on the ship. They assumed everything's good.
Okay, so what Colt has done once he gets to the stateroom, he sets out his jacket, hangs it up, and puts his submachine gun and pistol in the holsters. So basically, he's just ready to go in case things go all pear-shaped.
Okay. Sounds good.
Wouldn't your pistol be in your checked luggage, though?
Don't we have our luggage? Or
Not
do
our
we not?
checked. Just our carry-on, which would have
Okay.
had...
Then just a sub.
Yeah, your check luggage is in storage on the base, like the basement floor of the airship.
Right. Okay, and then Colt will head down to the bar to meet up with the rest of the gang.
Okay, so you all arrive at the bar where it's on the middle floor, just below the cockpit. The walls are lined with windows, so you can see out into the scenery whenever you choose. It's attached to a dance floor. And there's just a very decorative sort of like a wooden false wood bar there. There's not a whole lot of people there yet. It's still in the early afternoon. But yeah, there's the bartender behind the bar.
I would imagine Mimi's gonna beeline once she gets down there to the actual bar. She's not really interested in dancing. She's not into that type of thing.
Stig would have acquired a drink at the bar. And then she would have probably moved to find a table kind of off from any other people that they could all sit at and talk.
She'll scooch in close with Sig then, after getting a drink. Assuming they'll serve her. She looks like a kid, but she is a grown-up. Wink.
Yeah, as I
Walk.
make my way to the bar, I would have grabbed a drink and noticed Sig sitting at the table with Adriana, and went to go sit down next to Adriana's side.
Were you sick of Mimi already?
What's wrong with Mimi?
You want to sit by your best friend?
And
Number
Mimi
one,
sucks.
number one babysitter?
I gotta sit across from her so I can keep my eye on her. That's the thing.
No, it's fine. I get it. You don't want to sit next to Mimi. She smells much better now.
Yeah, it don't smell like gunpowder or bomb
Hair dye.
residue and hair dye.
Mimi bathed.
Colt grabs bourbon on the rocks, sits down next to Mimi. He's, I don't know, he's kind of clearing his nose for some reason. How you guys doing?
You good there, buddy?
Good.
Yeah.
Maybe
Okay,
some
so-
allergies?
Case of the sniffles.
I can see altitude
Yeah.
messing with my sinuses.
Sure.
Can I tell if he's... I'm sorry, go ahead, Bones.
I also sometimes get bad allergies.
Can I tell if he's telling the truth?
Is he trying to hide it?
Hide what?
The truth.
I think you just roll and we'll see.
Oh.
Yeah, we could have a roll.
Yeah, I just want to know if it's really just some sort of altitude thing, or if I think maybe he's hiding something.
Okay. Do human perception, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then we'll have Colt. You roll a. Not sure what you would counter roll.
Would performance make sense?
Yeah, performance.
Or persuasion? I don't know. What do you
I
think
think
you're doing?
performance.
Yeah, performance.
Sorry, that's located under.
Empathy skills.
I don't see performance.
Second
there it is,
skills,
perform.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Sig would definitely notice something wrong with that statement.
Being that my score is so much higher, what kind of nuances do you think she would notice about you, Colt?
He's definitely kind of rubbing one nostril and trying to be nonchalant about it. He's a little twitchy.
I feel like Sig has maybe had a lot of experience with this. But I also don't think she would call you out to everybody either. So I think she has an idea of what's going on here, and she's gonna kind of look you like dead in the eye, and without really giving anything away to the rest of the group, she's just gonna say, well, I hope that your altitude issues don't get in the way of the job.
He'll be fine.
Good. And she kind of leans back into her seat and takes a sip of her drink. She's just drinking a rocks glass. It's completely clear, with a lime wedge on the side. She's got a double shot of tequila on ice that she's just sipping.
Adriana will say to Colt, maybe I could take a look at you. If it's allergies.
It's fine. He always does this right when we hit altitude. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. He's like purposely not looking towards the rest of the group, kind of just scanning the crowd.
I'm sure it'll be fine, Mrs. Warren. I'm sorry, Miss Warren. So, now that we have a moment for ourselves, 4 days, in fact. Wow, that's a lot.
A long time.
Yeah,
Long time. Yeah. Mhm.
long time being around each other.
Yep. At that, Mimi's got a tall pint glass of a beer, and she's just gonna lean over and like sip the foam off of the top, and it's like this horrible like slurping sound. And it's like just kind of like clears the air, I would imagine, just because it's so fucking loud. Yep. 4 days. 4 days in the air.
Duro, while Colt is scanning the crowd, does he notice? Is there anything of note? Like suspicious looking characters? Anything interesting with this room in particular?
Yes, at the bar you do see an older gentleman periodically taking a look over at you guys. He's sitting at the bar.
Colt, his eyes dart to Sig, and he gives a little bit of a real discreet nod to look towards the bar.
She looks up to see what he's nodding at. Is there anything like distinguishing about this guy? He just looks like an older gentleman.
Yeah, he's well dressed. He's in a black suit. His hair is slicked back, graying hair. Very rugged looking. There's a lot of scars on his face.
Would you say he looks out of place for being on this airship then?
I wouldn't say really out of place.
So you say he had a lot of scars on his face, but he was dressed real nice?
Yeah. Like he's dressed the part, but having like scars on his face doesn't necessarily mean they're whatever. You would know that someone of his age would probably be in the South Am War.
Oh, South Am War.
Yep. Like the first South Am War.
Colt's eyes dart back to Sig, kind of a knowing look, like, yeah, huh, sure.
Yeah, doesn't seem quite right. I mean, that many scars. Be interested to know what he's up to.
Keep her eye on that guy.
She thinks about her own scar for a second, and it makes her a little bit more conscious of herself. And a bit of worry kind of like washes over her features. She's gonna look at Colt. So, what were you in New York for? You from New York? I feel like I hardly know anyone here. It's kind of all got stuck together.
That's just in New York for a job. I'm from Night City. Well, not originally, but that's where I've been living. You?
Same. Just a job. So, I used to spend a great deal of time in New York. Got a few connections here and there. Helps me out while I'm in town, but nah, me and Mimi, we stay in Night City. She's gonna look over to Axel. What about you? What's your story?
Well, I'm originally from Detroit. Had to leave due to some unfortunate circumstances. Make a new life in New York. Thought I was gonna make some ends meet. Turns out things are rougher out this way too.
Wow. That's what it is. Make the best of it. How'd your little phone call go?
Oh, great. Yep. Think my friend is excited to see me.
You got friends in Night City?
I know one.
That's weird. That's a weird thing to not have brought up since, we're all going to Night City together. And, the fact that You didn't say that you had a friend before that you're meeting up with them. That's weird. That's weird.
It's not that weird to have friends, Mimi.
Yeah, but just one in Night
Just
City?
That you were looking forward to meet up with, but then you didn't mention to us since we're all kind of going that way. It's a bit strange.
Well, I didn't think we were all gonna be together after we got the Night City, now did I?
Colt was loudly clinking the rocks in his bourbon. I'll make a lot of friends in this business. Definitely not friends I call.
What is it that you do, Axel, outside of this sort of situation?
Whatever I can find to make some more credits. Or eddies, I should say.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Like what? Like, are you like I do technical stuff. Like I can make things, right? I can break things apart. I can do stuff with explosives and other things. But what do you do?
Well, I normally handle people that need to be handled.
What does that even mean?
When people need questions answered, I'm the guy they usually have to get the questions answered.
I'm just gonna look at Sig. She's like, just like weirds her out.
So you have some interrogation skills.
You could say so.
It's actually handy.
Pretty good at it.
Right. Well, it's good to know, just in case that pops up. Always.
Colt loudly unwraps another Mimi candy, and he's sucking loudly on it, just staring directly at Axel, unblinking gaze, just staring at him.
As you unwrap one, you happen to have another one of those? I haven't had one of those in a while.
He just casually flicks one onto the coffee table instead of handing it to Axel. Still unbreaking gaze.
I'll pick it up, unwrap it, put it in my mouth. Brings back the good old days.
Yeah, tell us about those good old days, huh?
Yo, what is that? You say these things, and I don't know what you're saying, Axel. I don't know what that means. Like Mimi's brain is like trying to like do the gymnastics, needed to figure this man out before her, and she's very confused. Does not compute in Mimi's brain.
Mimi, the good old days, like when you were younger, you go to your grandparents' house, they had candy.
I feel like, Axel, you and I have lived two very different lives. I don't have grandparents. I have Sig. That's who I've got. That's who takes care of me. And Sig doesn't ever get me candy anymore. You did that one year though.
Yeah, that was always more of a Marietta thing.
Yeah, Marietta got me candy. Oh, Marietta. I should probably call Marietta.
Grew up in the suburbs, Axel. Parents a bunch of corpses, working for the corporations.
You
Wasn't
just
that
like
soft, protected environment.
must be nice.
Because you walk around out here like you don't know what's going on. And that makes me wonder. It makes me wonder about you.
There's nothing to worry about, I can assure you.
Hey Sig, do you want candy, Sig? Did anybody ever buy you candy? I don't know, I don't get this. I don't get this whole like soft, protected, like nice lifestyle. It's very strange.
Colt looks back at the bar. Is that guy still there? He's still watching us?
Yes, he appears to be fiddling around with something in his hand.
He's fiddling.
Yes, he's fiddling.
I'm gonna get another drink.
Right on.
Colt heads to the bar. Colt's gonna walk up right next to the guy and address the bartender. Another bourbon on the rocks, but he's also side-eyeing what this guy's doing.
As you're approaching, he just grabs his drink with both hands and looks down at it.
That looks good. What's that? What are you drinking? By the way, my name's Colt.
The Flor de Mentos. Gustav, my name.
Nice to meet you, Gustav. I'll have one of those too.
The bartender, you see him pull out a bottle of spiced rum, triple sec, taurine, blossom water, and marigold petals into a little cup.
Colt's eyeballing this guy and he says, "You serve? You look like an old timer."
Yeah, on the first South War.
Just taking a little vacation?
Yeah, I'm just taking a vacation.
All by yourself?
It's more of a corporate vacation. I work for EBM, which is, you would know, Europe's largest corporation.
Impressive. Big corpo.
Yeah, you could say that.
You must have one of the nicest staterooms in this whole place.
Top floor. Yeah. You want to see?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm actually here with my wife and my family.
That's woman. He looks over at Adriana. She's very beautiful.
Couldn't help but notice you were eyeballing us. You want to talk to her?
No, I prefer just viewing at a distance.
Freak.
What the fuck?
You know, some people don't like that. And now Colt is like, he's got his arm on the bar and he's looking directly at this guy, like facing him, kind of staring down at him.
I mean, no disrespect. But sometimes the eyes, they can wander.
Let's don't let them linger too long. Okay? He takes his drinks back to the table.
All right, you head back to the table with your drink.
Sig was just kind of watching from afar. And as you get to the table, Colt, she's gonna nod up to you. What's that guy's story?
Sounds like bullshit. He seems like a garden variety creep on the surface, but I don't know. Look at his face. Looks like he's seen action. Stay frosty. He sits back down. It's like, I don't know what this is, but you can have it. He seemed to like it. He just said something. The drink.
She's gonna like pick it up and see the like petals floating in it and just kind of snub her nose at it and pass it over to Miss Young, aka Miss Warren. Here. Got you a drink from the bar. Look at that. Looks nice and fancy for you too. But maybe take it easy on it. Just a couple sips at first.
Not too much. I don't want to feel woozy.
Yeah, we don't need you getting wasted on the boat. Ship.
Colt has taken a seat so that now his arm is like on the back of the chair, but he's directly facing that guy at the bar, just staring in his direction. Is he paying us any mind?
He doesn't look. While for a while, he doesn't look at you.
Once there's like a lull in the conversation, Mimi's gonna look at the rest of the group and say, do you guys want to see a magic trick?
I would like to see a magic trick. I've never seen one before.
Okay,
I like
great.
magic.
Okay, this is called 1, 2, 3, here it goes. 1, 2, 3, here it goes. And she's gonna chug her entire beer. That's her magic trick. And then slam the glass down on the table. Did you like it? Did you like my magic trick?
Sig just looks totally unimpressed.
Sig hates that trick.
Axel's just like, I don't know what I expected.
I can do it about 3 times until I'm not allowed to do magic tricks anymore.
Yeah, we're on a job, Bug.
1 beer.
One time.
1 beer.
One time.
I liked it.
Thanks, Colt.
Don't
I liked it
encourage
too.
her.
Sipping on his whiskey.
It was very enjoyable.
She liked it. I can make a whole beer disappear.
Not
And she
impressed.
sort of leans into you, Sig, and she says, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, Boris says hi. He definitely says hi."
I'm sure he does.
Yeah. What do you mean by that?
Do you have my phone?
Oh, yeah, here. She hands her phone back over to you.
It's her phone.
He might text later.
Mm-hmm.
Don't read it. It's secret.
Does it matter if I read it? I can never fucking... I can't read it anyways, Bug.
I don't know if he had, like, maybe learned Russian recently or
In
not.
what time do I have to learn Russian?
I don't know.
When? When am I learning Russian? How am I learning Russian?
It's not that hard.
I'm not buying a chip to learn... You know what? That's maybe a good idea, Bug. Should I go buy a chip? Should I learn Russian?
Maybe.
Yeah?
It's not a good. Maybe don't read
it's
this.
not?
No,
Oh.
it's his poetry. Don't read it.
Oh, it's poetry.
It's
He's
just
sending
meant
you
for me.
poetry. Fucking
Yeah, he's-
poetry.
He sends poetry to me.
Right.
Yes.
From Russia.
Well, maybe not Russia, but somewhere.
I think maybe I'll
don't-
pick up a chip, Bug. I'm thinking really hard about it now.
Don't do it. Don't do that.
Yeah.
It's not, listen, what happens between me and Boris and our conversations are between two souls that are in love.
In love. I forgot
Yeah.
you're in love.
Yeah, obviously I'm in love with him. We've been dating for 2 years.
Have you thought about maybe getting your own fucking phone then?
Yeah, but then there's no element of mystery to it.
So all day, in my pocket all day, your fucking Russian boyfriend sending you poetry now.
Yeah, it's poetry.
Poetry.
It's always been poetry. That's actually how we kind of started talking, is through the poetry.
Right, Boris, your totally real boyfriend.
He's definitely real.
He's definitely real.
Yeah.
Right.
He said poetry.
Poetry.
For maybe only the second time during this adventure, you see Colt trying to stifle a smile, like cover it up with his hand, wipe it away.
Is that funny, Colt? Is the poetry funny?
No, I totally believe you have a Russian poet boyfriend.
Yeah, we all believe that her Russian poet boyfriend is totally real.
He's definitely 100% real.
100% real.
His name's Boris.
Boris, the totally real boyfriend. I got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe I should change his name in my phone.
What do you have it as now?
Boris. You put it in there, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I think
didn't know
there's
if you
some weird
changed it or not.
characters.
It's Cyrillic.
What's that?
It's the Russian written language. It was the Slavic written language. And she starts to kind of trying like to start to explain to you like the origins of Cyrillic and like
You see Sig's eyes just glaze over.
she doesn't stop. She just continues to explain that to you.
Maybe we
So-
should change it
To what would you change it to?
to Boris, the totally real boyfriend. Your totally real boyfriend.
That's what it says though in Cyrillic.
Ah, see, if I got the chip, then I would know that. See how
It's a
all
private
the
conversation.
pieces are falling together?
Have you ever considered their private conversations between me and Boris? And I don't want you reading them.
Have you ever considered that if you wanted a private conversation, you get your own fucking phone, Bug?
I've considered this
You did. When did you
That-
consider that?
just right now.
Just right now.
Yep.
What else is Boris sending you other than poetry?
She sort of looks at the group and then she looks at Sig and she leans in and like covers her mouth like this into Sig's ear and she says, information on black market explosives. Is that okay?
I worry. You don't know who he is.
He's Boris.
He is a stranger on the internet, and you were talking about explosive.
Yeah, but we met on an explosives forum. Back,
Oh.
remember when I had that
Oh.
laptop that I took apart?
Oh, an explosives forum. No one would ever think of infiltrating an explosives forum, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you.
No
to get
one would
into
do that.
No, it's fine.
Oh,
but
it's got to be so hard to get into it.
Yeah, but Boris and I have talked on the phone though, and
What if Boris is a cop, Bug? A cop.
he didn't look like a cop.
He's sending you pictures on my phone, and she like says this out loud.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
These better be PG.
Mm-hmm.
If I swear to God, Mimi,
Yep.
if I open my phone and I have to see Boris's one-eyed snake, neither of us will have a phone anymore.
He doesn't send pictures of that. At all. Not even once. I've deleted them all. I mean, what?
You what?
Nothing. I think I need another drink. And Mimi immediately gets up and goes to the bar.
Have either of you ever raised a teenager before? She's looking between the group.
I'm 20!
No.
Yeah, don't do it. Take my advice. Don't do it. Don't do it. Little fucking bitch. She like pulls out her phone and opens it and goes to the Boris message history and she's just like flipping through it. I'm assuming it's all in Cyrillic. She can't read anything and there's no pictures.
There's no pictures. Don't worry about it.
After she like does a few scrolls deep, she like closes it and puts it back. I swear to God, I'm getting a language chip as soon as we get somewhere. This is like happening while you're at the bar.
She's just sort of like standing at the bar, like bracing herself against the bar because she feels like her entire body might explode.
Can any of you read Cyrillic? She's like looking.
I cannot.
Barely read English.
Yeah, you strike me as the type. Whatever. She makes it a little hard to trust her sometimes. Am I crazy? She like looks at Colt. Am I crazy thinking that maybe Boris isn't real?
No, he could totally be a chat bot or maybe a phone tree. Who
or
knows?
A fucking cop?
Or a cop.
Yeah. Could be a cop. The question is, how much of his time is she wasting?
Is that a slight at my sister?
I'm just saying, if he's a cop, what's he doing?
I don't know. My sister is highly intelligent. She knows quite a bit about explosives. I'm sure she would be quite interesting to law enforcement, actually.
Well, let's hope he's an AI.
Let's hope.
All right, so Mimi goes to the bar, and while she's there, she notices that Gustav, the man who was looking at Adriana, take a quick look at his watch and seem kind of concerned. And he stands up and quickly leaves the room.
Can I follow him?
Sure, if you want to.
Mimi's gonna follow him. She's gonna leave some space. But she's definitely following this man because I would imagine she would have noticed him kind of like look at his watch like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you see him walk towards the storage room. The door to get in there is obviously locked, but you see him pull something out of his pocket and open the door and close it behind him.
Was it did I notice if it was like a key card or?
It was a key card, yes.
Okay. Mimi's going to go back to the rest of the group and she's going to sit down and she's going to sort of do one of these numbers and she'll say, that weirdo at the bar, he's got a special key to a special room. And I kind of want to get in that room and I want to know what's in there. He seemed kind of, in a rush to get into the room.
Are you sure it wasn't his room he was getting into?
No, it was I would have noticed it was a storage room, correct, Arrow?
Yes.
Yeah,
it was labeled as like storage.
Oh, okay. It was a storage room.
We just got on the ship. Everything is going smooth. We have drinks.
Right.
You
Not right now.
think maybe we shouldn't meddle? Maybe it has nothing to do with us?
Or he was looking at her. She points to Adriana.
Was he? Sig didn't even notice any of this. She's been
vibing.
just trying to collect herself after the stress of pulling all these strings all day.
Yeah.
Colt is nodding. He's got a swallow of whiskey, but he's nodding. He's like, yeah, he was definitely staring.
And then he suddenly goes into a weird storage room that he has a key card and he's like a guest on the ship. So that seems a little bit strange to me. Hear me out though. We wait until it's real late. We have a couple of drinks. I do another magic trick. And then I hack into the room and I just see what's in there. Just poke my little head in. Nothing. Just a little. Just a quick poke in there. No biggie. In and out.
You sure you can hack in? I mean, this is like Corpo Mega airship.
Well, if I can't hack in, I can at least break the lock.
I feel like hacking's probably the better option here.
Yeah, probably.
I think breaking a lock might notify someone on the ship.
Yeah,
Lock's being broken.
probably. But regardless, I can probably shut down their security. It can't be that hard. These corpos aren't that smart. I think they are, but they're not. It's me. Mimi sucks.
Got me there, Bug. Everybody
maybe-
else on board with this?
A little midnight rendezvous?
So sharp, daughter. You must get that from your mother. And Colt swishes his glass. He sounds like he's getting a little drunk.
Maybe Colt sleeps that off?
Colt, maybe you want to bring it down a notch on the alcohol consumption? I know how the altitude's already been getting to you, and we might have an issue here, a real issue, from what the two of you are making it sound like, though you suddenly seem not very concerned about that.
Keep an eye on him. I don't know. Maybe we could try this. What harm could do?
Literally, I just want to see what's inside. It's just the nature of my curiosity. And then I want to break all of the things apart inside of them.
Okay. One condition.
Okay.
Nothing illegal on you. So if you get
No.
caught, you're just my curious daughter, right?
Yeah.
Just silly little curious thing.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul.
No, exactly. Just the oopsies. Sorry. I won't break anything. Well, she sort of looks at her hand, and Sig would know that she's got the cybernetics for the tool hand, and she sort of just kind of wraps her fingers across the table. Well, you know, I'll just a couple screws loose, a few things opened, plugs unplugged. I just like to see how things work on the inside, and I want to see.
All right.
Excellent. We'll wait until it's nice and late.
What time specifically?
3:33.
Are we all
Dude,
just
are you-
hanging out the bar until then?
Well, Mimi would probably go up to the room to try and sleep until, because it's pretty early in the day, isn't it?
Yeah, you guys are day drinking. It's maybe like 4 right now.
Yeah, she'd probably get something to eat, maybe like take a nap, so she can wake up bright and early at 3 a.m. so she can go down at 3:33 a.m. for the witching hour.
Yeah, I think Axel would definitely try to get a nap in before we night burglared.
Yeah.
Colt is just relieved that they're leaving New York and they're not leaving with a landmine and a pineapple bomb. So all of this is kind of gravy for him right now.
It's just the little things for Colt.
Yeah. We're not going to explode and die midair. So stress is a lot less.
Yeah, I imagine Sig would have like went and like helped herself to one of the like fancy restaurants and like maybe eat more than she's ever ate in one sitting in her life at this like really bougie spot, and probably like duded around on the deck and then went to her cabin and
Snoozed.
I assume we're keeping up appearances too. So
Oh,
we're not
yeah.
like a bunch of unassociated strangers.
I imagine that like Mimi and Sig have this like thing with food, and because when you don't have food, you kind of like hoard food.
Mhm.
And I imagine that like Mimi and Sig have like a little bit of an eating contest in a way, just almost just like, oh, we're gonna go for another round. Okay, great.
Yeah.
And then like shove whatever they can into their like into like Mimi's like backpack in like a doggy bag.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Before you guys make it to wherever you're going, you travel to like, your room or the restaurant, whatever, and you hear the disembodied voice of a woman come over the intercom. If you look out your window, you will see we have crossed over the Kentucky-Tennessee border. In just a short time, we'll be flying over Nashville, home to America's most prestigious music recording studios.
Amazing.
So yeah, you guys go to the restaurant, you do whatever you want to do. And in the late evening, you find yourselves in your rooms, right? Who would be sort of like looking outside the window, sort of like peering out there?
I think maybe Mimi would be. She'd be kind of pumped, but like kind of sort of trying to settle down so she can catch some sleep.
Okay, so I want you to roll a awareness check, please.
Okay.
And what sort of eye cybernetics do you have? I don't remember.
I don't have any eye
Okay.
cybernetics. Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Go ahead and roll me an awareness check, please.
Okay. I gotta find it. This is the hard part.
Awareness is right side under the intelligence skills.
Got it. I just found it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The 19 total.
Okay, so you look out the window and you notice off in the distance the outline of aircrafts. And you maybe you've learned this from Boris or wherever. You recognize the distinct silhouette of some sort of armed attack craft, sort of like a fighter, just off in the distance.
Sig!
Sig is like half asleep on her bed, and she kind of like rolls over. Yeah, what's up, Bug?
You might want to come look at this.
She like stands up and rubs her eyes and takes a peek.
And she's gonna point out the craft. That doesn't look good.
I do have cybernetics in my eyes, Duro.
Okay, do you have both telescopic and low light enhancements?
I do have low light. I do not have telescopic, but I have infrared.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an awareness check to see if you see it too, because it's nighttime, so it would be hard for you to see. Okay. Sig would not see these aircraft outside the window.
I'm not seeing anything there, Bug.
It's there. It's something vicious.
Go get Colt. Maybe he can help.
Okay. And she's gonna go next door to the room next to them, and she's not even gonna knock. She's just gonna go in. Colt!
Would I have had an opportunity to see this too? Because something Colt always does is check every window and door wherever he is.
Yes. So, because of Colt's background, he would instantly notice that these aircraft are outside.
Okay, and that they're attack fighters.
Yes.
And they're flanking us, or are they coming towards intercepting? What are they doing?
They're parallel right now.
Okay. Mimi, you see these birds?
Yeah, sure did.
It's not good.
No. No, I would imagine it's not. Either somebody knows who we have with us, or
Seems a bit excessive.
could be happen chance. Either way, I don't really like the way it looks.
I don't know. This has got to be about something else, guys, because they would have flagged us. They would, if they knew it was her, they would have known it was her. This just seems crazy.
I
No.
agree. They're going to scramble jets where they're going to take us out of the sky for one person.
I don't know.
Seems
how
like
important is
overkill.
she?
Would have been way easier to grab us at the gates.
Did you guys see anybody walking around outside when you came over here?
No, because they're conjoined rooms, right? Like a Jack and Jill door.
Mm-hmm.
That's how she would have came in.
Colt's going to poke his head out the door to like the hall and see if there's any activity out there, if anybody else is noticed.
Nobody else notices. You don't see anybody walking around or anything.
Do we know where steerage is? Is there steerage on a dirigible or airship?
Yes. There's. I assume steerage. You mean like
where
the
they
command
pilot?
post?
Yeah. And I assume there's still being piloted at night.
Yes.
I'm gonna head that way.
Okay. Does anybody else do anything?
Oh, Mimi's gonna look at Sig and say, "What do you need me to do?"
Sig's already like pulling out her carry-on bag, pulling out her rifle from it, pulling it out of the case, getting it kind of loaded up and ready. Look, I don't know what's about to happen, but God, I don't fucking know. I don't know. What are we gonna do? It was supposed to be just an easy trip to fucking Night City. We made it. We're 3 fucking days away. And you can see like the frustration. God fucking damn it. Look. We have the walkie-talkies, okay? Keep yours on you. Stay here with Adriana. I'm gonna go with Colt. I'm gonna see my gun's right here. If you have your gun, just get yourselves ready for anything that could fucking happen. All right?
Got it. And you see Mimi like take this very seriously, and like probably for the first time that like Cole or Axel has seen, but if Axel even is awake, you'd see her just sort of give like that sharp singular nod, and she's gonna start looking around and maybe peek her head out the hall to see if there's like cameras or anything that she can jack into.
Yeah, there would be a camera here and there. You wouldn't get too much coverage.
Okay, that's fine. Is there any interior storage in this area, in the stateroom, like human sized?
There would be like
Like a closet?
yeah, like a closet. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And she's gonna sort of look at the closet, look at Adriana, and then say, right, got it.
Creature, did you take anything with you, or did you just kind of go like straight out down the hall?
He's just in his civvies. He's going to complain to the pilot that there are fighter jets outside.
Unless somebody's woke Axel up, he's asleep. Unless you guys were talking loud enough to awaken him.
Sig is gonna walk up to Mimi and kind of put her hands on her shoulders and force her to look at her. I don't know what's going on, but just promise me if anything happens that you will hide. Just be safe. I'm gonna go wake up Axel, and I'm gonna go see what's going on. I will be back, okay?
You leave Mimi with sort of seeing this like almost wide, doe-eyed look on her, and it's very much like a private look between the two of you that even Adriana might not even notice, and she sort of just gives that nod and says, "Right, just be back."
I always come back. And she's gonna, before she walks out of the room, her gun's all set up, she's gonna toss it into her like carry-on like duffel and bring it with her, and she's gonna walk over to Axel in the boys' room. Hey, Axel! And she's gonna like kind of stand over you while you're sleeping. Hey! Time to get up now! Wakey wakey!
Is it time already for
No.
our plan?
I need you. Focus. Get up.
What? Oh, okay.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. Some really sus-looking aircraft outside, but something's about to go down on this fucking airship, and I need you awake, alert, and maybe hanging out with the girls in the other room, you know, with your weapon in case anything goes down. Colt just ran out. He's going to the pilot to alert them. I don't know if that's a good idea, but I'm gonna follow. I've got my gun. Just okay, bye. And then she just like
Gotcha.
bolts out the door after Colt.
I'll rummage through my carry-on, grab my weapon out, my pistol, and go into the room with Mimi and Adriana.
All right, so you two, well, the three of you meet up. You hear the alarm on the wall clock begin to go off. It's 9 o'clock. Mimi, outside, you see in the night sky 2 small globes of light coming from the aircrafts. You quickly notice these lights are coming directly for the California Express. A few seconds later, the lights make contact with the front of the airship. The entire airship shakes as the command deck has been completely destroyed in a fiery inferno. The airship begins to gently drift down towards the ground. You have but a moment to make a decision. Do you stay near the window, or do you escape further into the airship?
I grab Adriana by the arm and start making my way to get into the hall if that glow is coming towards the window.
Right. Okay, so I assume the three of you, right?
Yes, she would be also like grabbing Axel by his shirt.
Yes.
And
Okay.
dragging him.
You get inside, and a few moments later, 2 more explosions erupt on the airship.